Merry Christmas. Ho, 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 hoes, you bunch of hoes.
I could put you in the brig for what you've done, but I won't do it.
What the hell's going on out here?
Prostitution, online prostitution is very big.
Zoom prostitution might be a thing.
Yeah.
That'd be a weird. That kind of be a weird. I wonder if women did. Well, OnlyFans is that kind of thing, right? OnlyFans is like a similar. You can talk to the woman naked and you pay her, so that's kind of the same as a Zoom prostitute or something like that.
Do you use your own name on that, or do you use a different name?
I use a different name.
Yeah. Okay, just check.
But the guys, they're into my feet. So I don't really. It's pretty easy. It's just I do a foot cam, and I'm fully dressed except for the foot, and it's been pretty good, man. To be honest.
Can I do the intro now?
Doing well. Tell them who we are.
We are the Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast. This is season 2, and this is Christmas time. And our next podcast will be in the new year, 2023, and that will be season 3 of the Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast. And we may have to change our name because we keep getting flagged because of the word dicks, which is short for detective.
Twitter.
It's a shame.
Twitter.
They keep taking us off the algorithm. See, people go, "Oh my God, I didn't know you guys were doing this."
No.
It's like I want to blow my head off.
So I want to blow your head off too, but yeah, 214.
No, you just want to blow me.
Hey now, 214 of these, and yeah, people still going. You know, you have a podcast? Oh,
yeah.
Well, yes, we have a podcast. It's called Talking Dicks. We got to change the name. So yeah, we need a name. We need a name. We should do
and we haven't decided if we're actually going to change the name of the web series, The Two Dicks. That might stay.
That one should stay.
Yeah,
because that's what they are and what they were. But Talking Dicks, if you don't know the context, and it's just a thing online, it's going to come across as some kind of weird, fetishy, pornographic thing, and people aren't interested or tune out and doesn't go on their algorithm and all that horse shit. So we will season 3 begins, and we're gonna have to come up with some new name. And it's too bad, but you know, and here's the mug. Here's a Talking Dicks mug. This could become a collector's item.
It is a collector's item.
Well, there's only a couple of these, to be honest.
Hey now.
So yeah, today is what, Monday? This is airing Monday. So have we had Christmas yet? Yeah, Christmas is when?
Yesterday.
Sunday?
Yesterday. Christmas was yesterday.
Christmas. It seemed like it was
it seems like it was only yesterday.
It really does. Were you home? Let's talk in the past here.
I'm home
for Christmas.
I'm in my loft office and in my dwelling, and
you'll be home.
I have to make some adjustments. I'm still making adjustments on the fly here. Okay,
I'm adjusting myself as we do.
I saw that.
You'll be home Christmas Day. You'll be with the wife and the cat and
for the first time in many years. We've only in the 11 years that we've taken hold of the Los Angeles living situation, we have only been here once before, many years ago, eight years ago. So we love it. And the rest of the country is being paralyzed by ice and storms and blizzards. So
yeah, that's kind of suck.
This is kind of nice. Now, if you notice, I got a little bag issue under my eyes and I sound a little nasally. And that's because I have
COVID.
The RSV.
HIV?
RSV.
RSVP on the HIV?
Oh, man.
Yeah. That's what's happening.
Man. No, it's the respiratory virus in my chest. And I'm on day 9. I am no longer contagious, but there's remnants. And this morning, usually when I wake up in the morning, all kinds of things come flying out of my body in the nasal region. And so this morning, 2 like robin eggs over easy came out.
Jesus,
thunk, thunk, on the side of the sink.
Dude.
It was what?
I'm gonna have a lunch after this. I'm gonna, come on.
Oh, that's right.
I don't want to
You're
hear about
3 hours
robin
ahead.
eggs coming out of your fucking nostrils. What the hell, man?
You just repeated it.
Jesus, disgusting.
It's
Blue?
Jesus'
Are they
birthday
like blue?
yesterday.
Is that why you said robin eggs? Are they
How
blue?
old is Jesus, by the way? Is he 2,222?
33 when he passed. So do the math.
Yeah, I'm adding 2,022 years to that.
Yeah, he's old, man.
Yeah, he's up there.
He's that's BC.
How long has he been collecting Social Security? That's what I want
to know. Is that AD or BC? When Jesus himself, how does he? You know what I mean?
Aren't they getting rid of Aren't they getting rid of that?
They're getting rid of everything, man. I was reading the Marines. They're going to get rid of yes, ma'am, and no, sir. That saying yes, sir, and ma'am in the Marines, because you might have a sergeant or someone who's non-binary and will be offended if I said to, Chief Williams, afternoon, sir. Hey, I identify as a lady. I mean, this world, really, Alfred.
It is. And
seriously,
I have friends who are all over the boards.
I know.
Various gay couples and binary now, and people that I would never expect. And it's fascinating, Captain, what's happening around us. But
is it fascinating, or is it just like, I don't care. Again, I don't give a shit. You want to, whatever you want to do, do it.
I do too, care. But it's gone too far.
Stupid. It's
dumb. It's dumb.
Come on.
Check out sir. Tom Cotter's.
Oh, yes, man.
Woke.
Brilliant.
The Tom Cotter, comedian Tom Cotter, very funny. He takes the song lyrics from 2 different songs. One is Cold Outside, the Christmas song, Baby It's Cold Outside. You know this. I'm telling the listeners, the 7 listeners.
Maybe It's Cold Outside, and the other is okay.
He takes a rap song by he takes a rap song and he reads the lyrics side by side.
Wet. He compares wet ass pussy to Baby It's Cold Outside. Yeah, we're not allowed to hear Baby It's Cold Outside, but Wet Ass Pussy is the #1 song in the country.
I'm going to put a link below for Tom Cotter's bit because it's kind of brilliant. And he's so frustrated. He's passionate about it. And it's
great.
Yeah.
Great bit. I saw he put I forget who it was. Somebody retweeted it, like somebody of note.
Yeah, it was someone of higher profile.
Yeah, someone
celebrity type.
Celeb type, retweeted it and said how good it was. But yeah, really one of those great bits that it's so aggravating sometimes when you see a bit like that, because you're like, well, that was right there. Like, how come I didn't fucking notice that? You know what I mean? That was right there.
He's a little bit of a wordsmith too. He likes to get into there and change those words around and present. Really he has a good presentation.
Yeah, no, the bit is
Rapid Fire Tom Cotter.
Really
check
funny,
him out.
Really funny stuff. Yeah.
And he was a guest on America's Got Talent. Yeah, he was a guest here. Runner up on America's Got Talent. He got beat by dogs, a latte dogs, a dog act.
Which is ironic because Tom usually beats dogs. And,
he eats dog. He beats them to death and then he puts them on the grill.
Well, if if you're eating them, I don't have a problem with it as long as you're using. The killing,
you're not wasting it.
Problem. But if you're eating the dog on the grill, all for it. That makes sense. I get that.
And he's probably not beating them anymore because of the noise. He probably just takes them out one shot.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
Yeah,
one shot.
You put a bowl of food down, and when they go down for the bowl, rip behind the head.
Wow, damn! I was kidding around. You sound fucking serious about this.
Well, did you see in Gladiator?
I was joking. No.
When the guys came back, and obviously he wasn't going to make it, he was like, "Oh."
Did I see that movie? Did I see Gladiator?
I don't know. But they tell him he's going to be fine, and they walk up behind him with a metal, like a spike, and the guy takes the hammer, goes, breaks the neck, put them out of their misery because there's no way they're going to survive.
No, I didn't see the movie.
This is our Christmas podcast.
Don't know. This is our Christmas spectacular.
She thinks I'm cute.
Temperature here is 70 today, and we're going to lose 35 degrees. We're in Clearwater, Florida, by the way. We're going to lose 35 degrees between now and 5 a.m.
That's what happens in Southern California every day in December and January. It's going to 70. What is it going to 71 today, Paulie?
Yes.
It's going to 71. Last night it was 47.
Yes, and now Ducharme doesn't have heat, so he wears the flannel jacket with the skull cap and the ear muffs and the hand gloves and the long johns. Yeah, man. But the temps have been beautiful here, but now we're going to get a little cold, but you can't complain because the rest of the country, they're getting a bomb cyclone. Did you see that thing?
Yes.
Bomb cyclone. Holy shit.
They have to come up with new terms.
That's
phrases.
I don't even know what that means. Bomb cyclone.
Arctic blast. What was it called before? The Arctic blast. They had
winter.
Winter. They had another name for it. Remember, it was called something a few years back.
Oh,
what was it called?
Bomb. Yeah, no, it was yeah, I can't remember. Something similar. But
I'll put it here.
Put it
there
here.
It's right here.
If it weighs,
put it right between us, between our heads.
Put it right here.
No, the other way.
Here, right here.
Polar vortex.
Right there. All right. Anywho,
right all right. If you're not on the Patreon, you're not knowing what we're doing. Be on the Patreon. $5. Join the Patreon. That's all.
$5 a month keeps us going and turns my heat back on.
Yes.
I wanted to talk about. I know it's our Christmas thing, and it's just some of it's sad today, and I have to.
What's happening? What's sad?
I have to pull this up here. This actress from South Africa, died at 32 years old. Bernadette was reading me this. She goes, "Hey, did you hear about this woman who passed away? She's an actress, model.
Is she really? What has she been in? I mean, it's so everyone's an actress, model, influencer. What has she been in that I can watch on my television right now?"
We'll get that in a few minutes. Her name is
nothing.
Charles B. Dean Craig. And 32 years old. She was she's from Cape Town, South Africa, and she was in New York City. And she wasn't feeling well, so she went to the hospital.
Yes.
A few hours later, dead.
Yeah.
She was involved in an automobile accident in 2008 and ruptured her spleen and had it removed. And she died of a septicemia, blood disease, bacteria in your blood.
Right.
32 years old.
Okay.
So Bernadette's telling me this, and as you know, your buddy Al doesn't have a spleen. And I've had septicemia.
And he's not 32 years old.
And
you've
silence, Earthling!
These humans are beginning to bore me.
You've lived with it.
So
You remain silent for the duration of the spleen story. Sip your coffee.
Christmas spectacular. I'm hearing about a rando from South Africa who fucking didn't have a spleen. All right, continue.
Van Gogh. So she's 32 years old. She passes away in the. She made it to the hospital. I went to the hospital one time and I was on antibiotics for 6 weeks to get rid of it. And I have to take these other precautions. I have to get a certain shot every 5 years to give myself a little lift. But damn. And here's the deal. So I look her up.
Yes.
She's born on February 5th, my birthday.
Get out of here.
She lost her spleen.
Get out.
When I was in the hospital with septicemia.
Get the fuck out.
Do you see these coincidences?
Jesus Christ. Holy shit.
It's Jesus' birthday.
Wow.
Yesterday.
I'm amazed. This is something else. This story. I got the chills, man. Kennedy's secretary was Lincoln, and Lincoln's secretary was Kennedy. Okay. Yeah, she didn't have a spleen. She died at 32. I bet
we're going to be holding auditions for my new partner. So please send me a tape. I'll have a look at it.
How did that story make the pot? There's a million people with 32 years old die every day. They don't have spleens. I don't understand.
Doesn't have a spleen. I don't have a spleen.
Give me her IMDb.
We have the same birthday.
Yes.
And she lost her spleen when I was in the hospital with the disease or the virus that she died of.
It's unbelievable. I'm sure it's unbelievable. I don't know what to say. I'm so blown away by this.
Why do I hate you so much? I hate you so much right now. Unbelievable.
Because Al thought
before
this
we
was
start
a big
recording,
story.
goes, you got anything for the pod? So I'm going to tell this story. That's horrible. Why would you bring that to the pod? That's awful.
Well, it's not like it was. Some rando. I mean, if you said, Jennifer Aniston had the same birthday as me and doesn't have a spleen and she died, let's get into this. This woman, I don't know who she is. Who is she? Some woman died.
You have to go look at a picture of her now and go, oh, I've seen her around.
And what's her name? What is her name?
And you know what? This story's over.
What's her name?
I hate you so much. I'll start to like you by the end of the pod, but right now I fucking hate you.
All right. Well, I don't know where that story. I didn't follow it. I think I missed it.
You disrupted it. You derailed it. Whenever I have a good story or something interesting, you fucking zing, zong, zoom. And then when you're talking, I'm polite. I listen. I interject here and there. I pick my times.
Interject.
You're like, I'm not letting that story get off the ground.
Your story, sir. Was
Countdown.
NASA.
Houston, come in. Let's move on.
All right. I'm going to look her up. I got to see this woman, though.
You're not doing it. You're not going to look her up.
This was quite a list of coincidences. Holy shit! I just lost my earbud.
All right.
Yeah.
Tell me your story. Bring your story.
I don't have one.
Oh, ill prepared is the reason why you derailed my story. You didn't want me to outshine you on this particular episode of the podcast.
I'm ready. I'd love a good
Mango.
story, but that was
Mango.
That was not. Patreon viewers, you're enjoying yourselves right now, I'm sure. If you're not on the Patreon, join the Patreon, $5. See, do it again, Alfred.
Mango.
There we go. These are what you pay for. These are the good times. I don't have a story now. I had one, but after that one, I mean, Jesus.
Well, mine was so bad. I'm sure you can come up with something that will be so interesting. And I'll sit here and listen.
All right.
With bated breath.
I have one. I got a free. You might like this. I won a $38 Atabay cigar. In a bet at Corona, used to be called Davidoff. I won a little bet there. $38 cigar. Yeah. So he's acting like okay.
I'm not talking during your story.
You're not acting.
I'm not
Frank,
acting.
why are you acting so dumb? I'm not acting.
That was a MASH reference.
That's right. Frank Burns eats worms.
Frank Burns eats worms.
I went to Corona 2 days ago and met Jim Manelli and brought my niece Olivia and another friend Doug. And anyway, I was supposed to be there at noon. I got there at 12:07. Okay, 12:07.
A little tardy.
Manelli's outside talking to this black guy in a jogging suit.
Manelli is white. If you didn't realize that he has an Italian name, he's white from the Northeast, talking to a black guy. Not something you see every day.
In a jogging suit, kind of pimpy looking, a little pimpy. Okay. And but anyway, they would talk, and then I go, "Hey man, I'll be right out. Just gonna get a stick. Come in." And we sit down. The guy walks away. So about 2 hours later, the guy comes back, and he's had a couple of pops now. You can tell he's all feeling good. So he's like, "Hey, you were late." Points to me. "You were late." And I go, "I wasn't late." I go, "This guy was early." I'm kidding around. And he goes, "No, you were late, man. Late. 40 minutes late."
Whoa.
40 minutes. I go, "I've never been 40 minutes late in my life." He goes, "You were 40 minutes late." And I'm like, "Dude, I was not." I go, I got here like 12:10, maybe 12:10, the latest. I doubt it though. And anyway, this goes on back and forth. And I go, "You want to?" I go, "Dude," and you want to bet me? Let's bet. And he goes, "What do you want to bet?" He goes, "I'm Brian Bennett. I am the concrete king of Tampa. You know when a plane lands at the airport and stops? That's me." I go, "Okay." I don't know what to tell you.
Air traffic controller.
He's the concrete king. He poured the concrete for the runways.
Okay.
So makes the plane stop.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So,
well, the brakes,
the brakes would have something to do with it.
Reverse engines.
Yeah, they might have
flaps.
Too. Flaps.
Okay.
Yeah,
but he's the concrete. But
he's the concrete king.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, it's made by C-Mex, which is a Mexican company. But continue, please, with your story. I'm enthralled.
Well, we're weird because he was born on February 5th, and he said, "I don't have a spleen, motherfucker." And I said, "Wait a second, this is like so weird." There's a rando from South America, from South Africa, who also doesn't have a spleen and was born on February 5th. And now she had robin's eggs coming out of her nostrils this morning. So this whole thing is fucking wild. So we continue banter. So I go, "Hey, man."
The hate continues. I loathe you.
I go, all right, let's bet. I go, I want to bet. He goes, anything. Let's bet, man. Let's bet. I go, $20. He laughs at me. Please. I'm the concrete king of 10. Please, $20. How dare you? But I'm positive I want. So I could have really taken him for anything because I know I'm right. So I go, what are you smoking there? And he has an Atabay. And it's
He's got an Atabay?
$38 Atabay going. Yep.
Oh,
so I go, I'll take one of those. And he goes, "You got it. Let's go." So we go inside, and I go to the desk there, the register, and I go, "Hey, man, can you pull up my receipt with a timestamp? Because it's not crowded." They remembered. And the guy's like, "Yeah, no problem." Pulls it up. I go, "Can you read that timestamp to me, please?" And the guy looks at the timestamp and goes, 12:09. And I look at the concrete king, and he turns around, walks to the Atabay section, picks up a $38 stick, puts it on the counter, and says, "I'm buying this for this man right here."
Holy shit.
Boom!
Dude, that's a fucking great story.
Thank you. I'm back in good graces again.
Robin eggs! Robin eggs! Robin eggs!
And there it is. There it is.
Holy shit.
That's right.
Now, I was really pulled into the story for several reasons. First of all, I used to hang out at Davidoff with you until he changed the name to Corona after the fucking virus that's killed 5 million people. And I bet you an Atabay and lost, and I had to mail it to you. So not only did I pay the $38, but I had to insure it and send it. And it ended up costing me like $54. And I hate you for that. So that's 2 hates.
On the official Christmas episode, it's full of hate. This episode's full of hate and loathing.
Hate and death.
Yes.
And loathing and betting.
Yes, and randos from South America.
And whites and blacks
white
betting
privilege.
against one another.
That's right. Taking the black man for $38.
Yeah.
I could have, and he kept bragging and he was half in the bag. I could have said $1,000. I could have said $5,000. He was going to take whatever I guaranteed. Because he was like in full big shot drunk mode.
You know what this came down to? The stigma of black time, of African American people being 45 minutes to an hour and a half late. And he was saying the white dude is late. And also Jimmy Minnelli, who's listening right now, ratted you out because he is a true sailor. He's not like you. How long was Jimmy in for? Serve the Navy. I didn't
4
serve.
years. 4 years, just like me.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
He doesn't outrank you?
Yeah. Well, he made E5. Made E5.
Right.
Well, he was
because he's a little bit more dedicated.
He was a little more dedicated.
A little bit more disciplined. That's why he can't tolerate your lateness. So that's why he was bitching to the guy.
Well, I think he was probably just saying, "Hey, I'm meeting my buddy here. We're meeting at noon." And again, I'm barely 5 minutes, 7 minutes late at the most. And I had to park and walk over there. But
so you're on the property at 12:01.
Yeah, but you think about black time. That's true. This is not talking. They move slower, not moves. You know what I mean? They show.
So
up
do the
places.
Lebanese. When I was in Lebanon,
those Lebanese are the worst.
My friend Nimmer, who was producing the show, he said we started the show 2 hours late. I go, "What's going on?" He goes, "Oh, you know when they say black people time, Lebanese blow them out of the water." So
I like when I do the comedy club on the ship and some black people walk in late, and I don't say, I just go, what? But I know they're going to say it. So it's a good laugh. When I just go like, why are you guys so late? Like, what the hell? Why so late? The show's at 10 o'clock. And they go, black people time. And that gets a huge, and I didn't have to say it, but everyone knew it.
You're probing to get it said. And
I'm
I think
probing,
it's
all right.
racist for them to have the white party. They have the white party on the ships. The
white party, yeah. Yeah. Hi, Kel.
Hi, Kelly.
Oh.
Kelly's
delivering. Well, Kelly, you want to pop on for a second?
What the? Hey, Kelly.
Delivering a glass of vino.
Marry that woman. Holy shit.
Thank you, baby. Thank you.
She handed him a glass of red wine.
That's
Get on it, Bernie. Holy shit. Holly.
You know why? Because she's not.
What's that?
She said, do you know why? Because she's not married to him.
And we're going to keep it that way.
Oh, wow.
Marry her and that shit'll stop real fast.
I know that. That's why we're staying the way we are.
That's
I think that
awesome.
was Kelly's first appearance on the pod. I think so, right?
I think so. I heard her voice before, but yeah.
I think that was Teddy you heard. Yeah.
How is Teddy doing, by the way?
Teddy, my dog, will be 1 year old on New Year's Eve. So you would think, oh, he's getting better. He's growing up. He's getting worse, actually.
So when we were talking off air about putting him down, you were serious. I thought you were joking.
No, I'm not joking about that. I said it would be a 1 year thing. So if he's not better in 1 year, then we put him down.
We give him a year.
It's about that time now. So yeah.
Is he on probation?
No. And what I did was I didn't get too attached, and I think Kelly's attached, but you move on and it'll be all right. We'll
get a goldfish.
Well, that's what I've been shooting for. Yeah. Maybe even two,
Yeah.
2 fish and
2 fish lead to 12 fish.
A little tank
fish,
with a
2
palm
fish, 3
tree.
fish.
Remember those
fish heads, fish heads,
a little palm tree, fish heads.
Yeah.
I remember the song on Dr. Demento.
Fish heads. Tiny little
fish heads. Yeah. I don't know who did that.
If I put a clip of it, will we get flagged?
I doubt it. Actually, no. Who's listening? Nobody cares about fish heads. That'd be a good pull. I'd be impressed if you could tell me who did fish heads right now, Alfred. Who was the artist behind fish? Because I don't know. I have
Barnes and Barnes.
I just remember the song, but do you have
I can't.
I guess
I cannot pull that.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Fish heads. Anyone?
If it's not one of the Beatles, then you wouldn't know it. Yeah.
Oh, that's so true.
By the way, I just wanted to tell you. Speaking of music,
yes, sir.
We had Harry Styles playing this morning, and I'm telling you right now, I know you said he's manufactured. You and Olivia said he's manufactured, blah, blah, blah. The guy's talented. He's a real artist. He really is. He's got movie star looks. We've seen 2 of his movies now, and we're all about Harry Styles.
What movies? What movies? And are you 12? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Harry Styles.
Yes.
What movies did he do? What? Seriously, I don't know. I've never heard Nerdy's in a movie.
What is it called? The Sweet Darling, Bernie.
Don't worry, darling.
Don't worry, darling. And he was in Dunkirk.
Oh, Dunkirk. I didn't see Dunkirk, but that's supposed to be good. That's what's happening now.
You haven't seen Dunkirk?
Oh, thank you.
What are you doing? Shots now? Holy shit.
I don't know. She's bringing in bottles.
Oh, my God.
I guess we're drinking.
Wow. I guess it's, do you got to go, buddy? Apparently, somebody's in the mood.
I don't know what's happening here.
Well, that's a clear sign.
It'll be a drunky Christmas without you. Yeah. No, I never saw Dunkirk, but it's supposed to be a good movie. I didn't know.
Kevin Branagh is excellent in it. It's beautifully shot. There's an Australian actor who's a airplane pilot. Tom Hardy, also excellent.
Oh yeah, he's great. He's great. I don't understand though the styles thing. Like what That really.
We're just on a Harry Styles kick, and we feel like we're a couple of years late on this, and because we're of our age, we feel like I don't know. He's bringing some energy around here.
Well,
that's good.
All right. Okay.
That's good for frolicking as well.
Okay. Is it baby making music? You like a little I like a little of that.
Yeah, put some Harry Styles music on after the show.
Yeah, I do. I go Barry White. I go Barry White, baby. I go old school.
Yeah, well, nothing wrong with the Barry White. There's a whole new generation that are listening to Barry White now.
I wonder when that happened? Like he's this big fat guy and with a crazy deep voice, but when did he become
70s?
The love making music of choice? You know what I mean? Like,
well, he was a record producer too, so he had the studio and come on, lay across my bed. Well, that's Elvis.
Can we name a Barry White's? I mean, million hits. I'm not hits, but very well known. Did great career. I couldn't name I don't think I can name a song.
Here's
Barry
one.
White.
Bing!
Well, that one's that's a good one. That's a good one.
I can't sneak Barry White on here. We'll get flagged for that for sure.
But yeah, you can't really name a Barry White song. No. But that's you want to throw that on when you're doing the you know what I mean? When you're doing the you know what I'm saying? With the Hey, right. Let me get a quick plug in. It's Monday. It's probably gonna be sold out, but I'm at Visani's this week, Wednesday through New Year's Eve. We're doing a 5:15 show New Year's Eve. That one's sold out already, and the 10:15 looks like there's about 20 tickets left. So, but I'll be there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I think New Year's Eve is Saturday. So yeah.
I'm local.
Local.
I've canceled 4 gatherings that I couldn't go to because of my chest virus that is now leaving my body. I will be joining Royal Caribbean's Radiance of the Seas on New Year's Eve, and I will be doing a New Year's cruise.
Oh, okay. Where is that?
I don't think I'm performing that.
Where's that out of? Where's
New Orleans.
Oh, you were just on there, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
Return booking. He killed it so hard.
They
get
pulled me back in
here. Get him back. And what are you doing on that? Like a welcome and a late night?
No. You do day 3 or 4, 2 shows, and
headline.
Then you do 1 late night or farewell show, depending on the schedule.
Oh. And
last time they booked me for a farewell show, and they said, "Can you do 15 or 20?" I'm like, "Yeah." It's clean, family show. I'm like, "Yeah." I get the phone call day of, "Hey, listen, we had a problem. You got to do a full show, clean." After I already did my full clean show, and people don't realize that it's harder to do a longer clean show for your second show than it is to do a short clean show. There you have it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. These dancers and singers, they get a little, a pimple on their little toe, and their show's canceled, and then you got to stretch that time. So you get on board New Year's Eve day. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, I'm flying. I'll fly out on the 30th overnight to New Orleans, and then I will join the very next day. And we set sail. We're going to go back to our stomping grounds, the Cozumel, the Costa Maya. This time, instead of Progreso, we're going to the Grand Cayman Islands. So that's a tender day, and I usually don't do it because I've been to Grand Cayman so many times. I go there, and you spend, $28 on a hamburger.
Cayman sucks. Good night, everyone. That's my point. Cayman, it sucks. It's not only a tender, it's never been good. It's never like, even back when the day with cigars, it was always so overpriced and so ridiculous. It's just not good.
I stay on the ship. I stay on the ship, and everybody goes, and they have to get in that line, and they call ticket numbers, and you can't get on the tender unless you have a ticket number. So you have to wait till like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then you only have like 3 hours left, and it takes 20 minutes to get there and back. It's like, fuck you. I stay on the ship. It's a ghost ship. There's no one there, and I fucking run around naked.
In the gym. I know.
In the gym.
You run around
in the Joanne, not the gym.
Hey, now, that's the way I've heard you tend to go.
Both ways, Dorothy.
One of the new icon of the seas, which is coming out in January 2024. The rumor is they're gonna, and I don't know if I should be even saying this, but the rumor is they're gonna do the Wizard of Oz as a musical on that stage. Musical Wizard of Oz.
Fail. No, I'm kidding. Oh. Yeah, you know what? You never know what's going to be
quite an undertaking. Quite an undertaking, if that's the case. I mean, that's a big.
That is
big production.
Yeah,
and I don't know about nowadays.
How many millions for that one?
I mean, really,
you got to pay for the rights.
Yeah, you got to build a twister. You got to build a.
Hey, wait a minute. Question.
Yeah.
What is it? 57 years. The rights to music and songs goes away, or is it renewed if someone claims it?
I think it's renewed because that would be then everything would, certain songs would be open and they're not. So, the grandchildren of those songwriters still want to make money. So they're going to renew it. Of course.
It has to be. But if it's not renewed, then it goes to public domain.
It goes into public domain. But
gotcha.
Public domain generally is, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star or some shit. I mean, the good songs and the things we know.
The hits people tend to renew. They're staying in the families for generations.
Like to make some money on that. Yeah.
Elvis made more money on his death, and he's still the biggest, I believe, entertainer as far as income goes. And he's dead. Him and Michael Jackson, right?
I don't know it makes sense. I would say, I would agree with that. And remember Charlie Hodge, Elvis's assistant, was knocking on that bathroom door. King, would you die in there? Come on, we got to go. King.
Again, this Christmas episode is all about death, destruction, violence,
and some rando from
and
South
disruptive
Africa
stories
who didn't have a spleen and was born on the same day as Alfred and died. We opened with.
And she was gorgeous
with that story. I'm
gorgeous.
I'll put a picture right here.
Wait a minute. What do you mean we open with that story? I can edit
right
move
here.
That right to the end.
Yeah, you don't
put it in the middle.
Though. You don't do it though, sir. These edits I heard about never happen.
You haven't been listening to the last half a dozen or so. I bet you Kelly knows.
I've heard some nice drops, some sound. That's cool. I like that. Yeah. Well, good. But good job. Good job.
We have
to. When you say I'm going to edit that out, I'm going to do that. It's never out. It just stays, and it's part of the show. Well, part of the fabric.
Well, sometimes you say no, leave it in. And then I listen to when I listen to it the second time, I'm like, all right, I'll leave it in.
That's what she said.
Do we have any questions today?
That was a good one. I have a lot of questions, man. I got like real questions. Oh, you mean from listeners? No.
Do you want to hear what we're doing this afternoon? I'm going to be venturing out for the first time in like 5 or 6 days.
Oh, it's exciting. Yeah.
I didn't even tell you about my bidet that I installed.
Let's hear it.
Get to that. I installed a bidet and now my tushy is nice and clean and I'm addicted to it. I actually go in there when I don't even need to use it just because I love the feeling of the jets spraying up my anal cavity.
You replaced your toilet? Took the toilet out, put a bidet in? Or you put the bidet next to the toilet? I put new, what is it? I put a new toilet seat in that has a automatic slow closer. And then I put a little bidet. There was some plumbing involved. Very simple. But is the bidet its own thing or is it in the toilet?
It's an apparatus that is attached to the existing one, saving you $1,000.
Right. I got you.
And it's amazing. And my niece had one at her house and I went over and they said, why is Uncle Al in the bathroom for 4 hours? So So I asked her husband, Jay.
4
I
hours
said,
seems a lot. Seems a long
who
time.
they also are the owners of Handley Watches. Handley Watches is a sponsor of the Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast. And if you want to have a good time, you got to have a good watch. Handley Watches, handleywatches.com. Did you get your watch yet?
No, I have not received my Handley watch yet.
It's weird. I got like 3 of them now.
I promote the shit out of these people every week.
One of them said, Merry Christmas, Al. I just assumed it was mine. All right.
Anyway, well, so you got a bidet. That's nice. It's a nice, a nice thing. I don't know. I mean, I've tried them. I don't buy into it, but maybe if I had it, it'd be different. I don't see the big.
Yeah, our kitchen is being done over. We got a new sink. We got a new counter. New. You
doing a bidet in the sink?
I'm doing a bidet in the sink.
Stick your ass in the sink and clean it up every now and then. Why not?
I remember being in the sink.
I remember
being washed by my mother.
You do not.
I do.
Well, you were 14 at the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess you did.
No, I had my driver's permit. I was 15 and a half.
I was 38.
And she was like, don't you think you're too old for this? I'm like, just keep washing, lady.
Lady.
I'll report you.
Well, that got weird.
It's a Christmas.
It's a Christmas podcast. Miracle. It's a Christmas miracle. Al's ass is all clean. And Teddy's barking at nothing. Okay.
Aren't you sorry you fucking adopted me?
$5,000 for that dog.
Hey, dude,
$5,000 you pay for that dog. You could have put that down as a down payment on a Tesla. Moron.
I don't remember having a say in any of it, to be honest. It seemed like it was just, it went from, I'd love to get a dog to, honey, isn't he perfect, to boom, having a dog. It's all kind of a blur.
Well, Kelly's a little cutie patootie, so you gotta make her happy.
I agree with shit. And then, but I was thinking, we'll get a dog. And all of a sudden she was like, I have this dog. He's perfect. I'm like, all right. And we have a dog now. But yeah, he's good, boy. I'm only kidding around with Ted's good. He's only not even 1 year old. Next week.
You got to have the TED Talk. We talked about this. You got to have the TED Talk.
Right. That's
Listen,
right.
the barking.
Yeah.
The chewing up everything. Look, we removed your balls thinking that would help.
Nothing.
And you don't seem to be effective. You have the sour apple spray. We've been spraying it, and you're licking it. You're licking it. You like it. You want it on your food.
There's a lot. There's a lot going on with old Ted. I tell you,
he's a demon.
He might be. He might be a demon. It's possible. Yeah. We don't know. It can happen, right? Dogs can be. You can get a possessed dog. I don't know what's happening there, Alfred. I can't see the picture clearly. Oh, I see what happened. Do it again. Lift the mug.
Bottom of my 2 Dicks cup has Van Gogh's face. Beard.
There we go. Oh, well, yeah, you got the whole mug now. It's Van Gogh's. Yeah, that's cool. He's got a real beard too, unlike that thing you're sporting. I don't know what you're doing.
It's my Van Gogh beard.
Bunch of gray hairs mixing with some red. Fucking weird. Hey, last week in the NFL, you, sir, you took the 49ers. I took the Seahawks. That was a win for you, Alfredo.
Mm-hmm.
I took the Lions. You took the Jets. That was a loss for you, Alfredo. And I took the Giants, and you took the Commanders, and that was a loss for you. I know.
That's my worst record so far since we started doing this.
And we're going into week 15, I believe, in the league where they play.
16.
Week 16 in the week where they play for pay. Here's game 1. Bengals, Patriots. I know where you're going with your heart, but be real. This is going to be an ugly one. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
10-4 for the Bengals, 7-7 for the Pats. That play at the end of the Raiders game was about as bad as you're ever going to see. And to me, that if that wasn't Bill Belichick, everyone on that team gets fired. But he can't be. But that was he can't took have the hit.
He said he didn't.
Can't happen though.
That game was over. I mean,
Coaching.
they could have lost in overtime, but go to overtime.
You have to go.
It was embarrassing.
Can't happen.
And because of that play, and I think Mac Jones is still unhealthy, and he's a good quarterback, but he's not a great quarterback. I'm going to go with the bungholes, Mike Burton, East Coast Mike Burton's favorite team. I'm going to go with the bungholes.
Not going with your home team. They gave you fucking seven Super Bowls or
that. Yeah, but they also traded Tom Brady. They didn't make him happy, and look what happened. Tom Brady went on to win another Super Bowl. So
and now be in first place in a god awful division, and everyone writes him off. But you know what? He's Tom Brady. Put him in the playoffs. All you need is a run of 3 games, and you're in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
So it can happen. It can happen.
And this year, because everybody can easily make it, it's the playoffs. But a lot of those teams, any of the playoffs, a lot of those teams that if they do make it, they won't really go any further than game 1 in the playoffs.
How about just a quick aside? The Jets last night, Thursday Night Football, benching the number 2 pick for the second time. They're done. He's done. Yeah. They're done. They had the number 3 pick, Sam Darnold. 2 years later, they had the number 2 pick, Zach Wilson. Neither one is. I mean, this franchise is so broken.
Coach is going to get fired, right?
Well, I think the GM, because he missed on 2 quarterbacks. I mean, the coach, you can only coach what you have, but that GM missed 2 quarterbacks. They say if you miss 1, it sets your team back 10 years. He missed 2. They're going to sign Jimmy G or one of those guys probably, but geez, that the Jets are just.
Where's Brady going to play next year?
I'm putting it out. I say Vegas. You heard it here.
Yeah.
Josh McDaniel.
Yeah.
No system to learn. Just
reunited.
Go in.
Reunited, and it feels so good. Reunited because you said it wouldn't hurt.
Oh. You know who sang that song?
Peaches and Cream?
Almost. That's what I put on my breakfast cereal every morning. Peaches and herb. Hey now. Game number 2 in the league.
Oh, robin eggs. Back of my throat.
Oh, Jesus. You swallowed the rub. Oh.
Oh, girls, I don't know how you do it.
Do you have a glass of wine? Bernie give you a glass of red so you could wash it down with? No? Whatever.
You know what she gave me grits this morning because of my getup. She made me grits. She gave me a warmer on my coffee.
Oh, well, that's something. It's not wine, but it's something. Giants 8-5-1 against your Minnesota Vikings on Christmas Eve. Vikings are 11-3. I, of course, take the G-men. I would take them anyway.
I'm going with the Vikings, obviously. Just
I don't buy the Vikings.
The 2 Super Bowls.
They stink.
Helmet catch.
Kirk Cousins is. I don't buy
Vikings are thin. It's amazing that they have that record, but look at the season.
But remember last week? They were
Eagles
down 30,
are real. Philadelphia's real.
Vikings were down 33-0 against the Colts.
I know.
And won.
I know. Biggest comeback in the history of the NFL, by the way. Biggest deficit comeback to win.
Maybe you don't hire a guy who's never coached before anywhere, ever, to be your head coach. You know, the Colts, Jeff Saturday, it was on ESPN.
I know.
They made him a head coach. Maybe he doesn't know what he's doing.
Former player. That's why.
Former player. Yeah. But doesn't mean you know what you're doing.
Well, they always went to him for like 4 or 5 years on ESPN as an expert. And he was a Monday morning quarterback.
Yeah, but it's
they gotta do this. They got to do that. That team, if they want to make it to the playoffs, they got to shake things up.
It's easy to be
they called him out of the blue. Do you want to coach our team? He's like, okay. Everybody hated him. All the other coaches hate him. They're like, he didn't pay his fucking dues.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And it's a Monday morning quarterback is easy to do. It's not easy when you're on the sideline looking at the clock.
You got to pay
calling timeouts. You got to know those timeouts. That's the hardest thing about head coaching. When to call a timeout with 2 minutes left and that whole thing. I mean, that clock management is everything. And if you screw it up, you lose. I mean, it's Belichick even fucked up.
He even messes it up, and he's considered the best of all time.
Exactly.
Hey,
it's very tricky.
Speaking of somewhat related, just because of the concept of getting things that you don't deserve because you don't work for it, have you been watching Barry, HBO? Barry?
No.
You haven't been watching it?
No.
I'm not. This is not a spoil. He's
I watched one season.
Then you watched it.
I watched season 1. I didn't really get it. I didn't really care about it. But yeah.
He's a hitman, an assassin, former military, now trying to blend in. So he takes an acting class in LA.
Yeah.
He's getting into it.
Yeah.
But he goes to an audition with his girlfriend, and she's in like multiple times, and her agent, and she's meeting with producers and directors and whatnot. And he's in the waiting room, and they make him audition for something because he's interesting looking or something. And he gets a part in the movie, like a lead. And she comes out. She goes, "Were you just talking to Michael, the head agent?" She goes, "Yeah, he gave me his card. He wants me to read for him." She's like, "What?" She goes, "Yeah, I'm supposed to be reading for some guy named Jay Roach, who's a big director." She's like, "What? Right. You're going to do?" He just fucking walks into it. She's spending years, she spent a decade of her life or more acting classes and rejection, and he just walks in sitting there.
That reminds me of Paul Reiser when he got Diner. He went with his girlfriend, had an audition, and Barry Levinson said, "What do you do?" And he goes, "I'm with my girlfriend." He goes, "But you an actor?" He goes, "I'm a comedian." He goes, "Come on in." And he got Diner.
And then his career took off.
Yeah, and she didn't get anything, and that was that.
And they broke up with her because she was a loser.
That's right. I'm a fucking movie star.
Well, Jeff Saturday got the gig. He was a player. How many years was he in? Was it 5, 8 years? 9 years?
He was the center for Peyton Manning all those years. They won the Super Bowl with Dungy.
Yeah.
And
no, I mean he's got.
Oh, he played for many years.
Yeah, 9 years maybe he was pro.
Yeah, he was really good. There's great video if you ever go on YouTube.
But usually go to like an assistant.
Yeah, no, he never coached even high school. He never coached. But the owner wanted him to be the coach, and people were saying it was to tank because the idea they could just lose every game and then get the number one because you need a quarterback.
He did win one game.
He won one game, his first one. But now they're not winning anymore. That's
Purdy, by the way, quarterback Purdy.
Got a Purdy mouth.
2 wins.
2 wins,
2 starts.
Maybe he'll go to the Jets next year. Maybe Jets going to need somebody.
If he wins the next game, and he got 3, didn't he get like 2 touchdowns? He got 3 in his first game, 2 in the second. Wow.
Yeah.
Purdy.
Playing good, Mr. Irrelevant. The last pick in the draft, starting for the Niners. I mean, it's a pretty amazing story.
Tom Brady, the
Tom Brady won number. Now Brady. People say, what if the Bucs win one playoff game and he looks good, but they lose? Will he come back? Is that it? I think he comes back. I think this year is not what 6 and 8 or whatever they are. He's not going to finish this way. He's going to come back for one more with McDaniels. They got Devontae Adams.
Wow.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think. I mean,
now that his kids are a little older and he's not in the marriage, so let's face it, private plane, your kids are there in 2 hours.
Exactly.
3 hours.
Yeah.
Private planes get to places quicker because they don't have to fly those routes.
Because they're better.
Faster, better, stronger. We can rebuild him.
Who
$6 million man.
Well, yeah, no one under 55.
Steve, Oscar.
I actually had I had the Steve Austin doll, of course, or the action figure, if you will. And I actually had a Dr. Oscar Goldman. Which, can you imagine? They had action figures for Oscar Goldman. I had one.
No.
Yes. Dr. Oscar Goldman.
And you had both?
I had one, so I could go, I will rebuild you. Whatever.
And you were also
I was
17.
25 at the time.
25.
It was a little weird.
Bought them at a yard sale.
I
I
mean,
always wanted these as a kid.
and why are
And
they
I
naked
took their
and no hair?
clothes off, and I got caught putting them on top of one another.
yeah. But that was Oscar Goldman, and then when the $6 Million Man's rating started to tank a little, they did like on sitcoms when the kids age out a little, they always bring in a new little kid. You know, like the Brady Bunch brought in like Cousin Oliver, and but $6 Million Man's rating started to go down, so they brought in the Bionic Woman. Bionic Sex was that was pretty hot on a Sunday at 8:00. Let's be honest, that was pretty good.
Give me the actress's name. 5 seconds.
Lindsay Wagner.
And ding, 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 ding. Good pull. Just as the buzzer was about to begin. Give me the character's name. 5 seconds.
Jamie.
We'll take Jamie. We'll take Jamie.
What was? Do you know the last name, or I don't remember that. Jamie.
We'll put it
Sommers.
Here. We'll put
Jamie Sommers.
Jamie Sommers. Wow, you fucking pulling shit today. You derail my story, and now I told you by the end of the cast, I'm going to start liking you again.
I question that as an opening bit. That's all.
I can edit it and put it at the end. Hey, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah.
One more game, you son of a bitch. One more game.
Jesus, I wanted to do the out.
Yeah, Raiders 6-8 against the Steelers 6-8 in the league where they play.
Or pay.
Okay. Who do you like? I'm going to let you go first. Raiders, Steelers, both disappointing seasons. One of them's got to win. 6-8. No playoffs for either one, but old school football. Raiders, Steelers. Who you liking on this one?
I thought you said you were going to pick first.
Oh, I said, okay. I like the Steelers.
I'm going to go with the Raiders.
There we go. So Al Ducharme this week likes the Bengals. He likes the Vikings. And he likes the Raiders in the league where they play for pay. All right, buddy.
Say Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year to our listeners.
Happy Kwanzaa.
And Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy New Year. We won't be back before the New Year. New Year's is the weekend. We'll be back the following week. It'll be a new year, season 3. And if anybody has a name for our podcast instead of the Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast, give it to us. We're open.
Give it to us hard, baby.
Oh, I love it hard. You motherfucker. Do it. Do it. Do it right in my Christmas taint.
Oh, my God.
Good luck in prison.
Iceberg, dead ahead. Don't forget to review us and rate us. It really helps.
The Talking Dicks became friends at a very young age, and the rest is history.
I'm losing my mind.
Patreon.com/The2Dicks, which is named after our web series. This is the Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast. Thanks for tuning in.
What?
Done.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
We'll fix it in post, you son of a bitch.
Okay, sure.
All right. Subscribe. Mary. This was a horrible mistake.
Go to patreon.com/the2dicks.
If you shoot me, you won't see a cent of that money. Why?
I think it ends on that. That's beautiful.